I'm back with my owl shirt because this is the time I'm doing my Top 5 Wednesday books for Part 2. YA books that made me think. First one up is Unwind by Neil Shusterman. I really liked this book. I couldn't put it down. It was a fascinating concept to me. The idea is, well, it's actually about 3 kids, Connor, Risa, and Love, who are trying to stay alive, okay? The idea is that it's legal for parents to sign a paper to turn over their troublesome kids if they're having problems with them. They can't control them. Just sign them over to be unwound. Or if they're the 10th child in the family, or if the orphanage is too big, they just send these extra kids off to be unwound and recycle their parts and give them to somebody else, kill them, and use their body parts for somebody else. Whoa. That's thought-provoking. Wow, what if? You know? What if that was how it was? Oh my, that's kind of creepy. So anyhow, that made me think how easy it might be. It could come someday. So be good. Wow. This one, If I Grow Up, by Todd Strasser. I read others by him too I liked. Can't Get There From Here and Boot Camp. This one is about the projects. 2 boys, and Deshaun and Terrell. And Terrell, he's age 12 and he's looking forward to becoming a gang member. And Deshaun is about the same age, but he is not looking forward to being in a gang. He wants to just do the right thing, help his family, be a good kid, stay out of trouble, have a future. And so it really deals with the pressures that kids are under who do live in the projects and that in neighborhoods that are run by gang members that, you know, rule the place. And so it was pretty thought-provoking for me. I'm glad I don't live in that neighborhood, but I feel sorry for the people who do. It's tremendous pressure that they live with every day. Who do you trust? You trust the wrong person and boom, you're dead. So definitely a good book, thought-provoking. Favorite of mine, Divergent by Veronica Roth. If you haven't read this book, I don't know where you've been, but anyhow, there are 5 different factions and they all zero in on a particular trait. It made me think, as she was having to choose which faction to join, which one would I choose? To find out, look at my Divergent tag that I did. And if you'd like to do the tag, I tag you now. Consider yourself tagged for it. Anyway, so anyhow, this book made me think about how in the community we do need all different types, and how people are generally a combination of these traits, that nobody's like always totally just honest. I mean, we do have brains, we think too, and we do have a certain amount of fearlessness. You know, so it's a combination. We're all divergent, and it takes divergency to run a community. So, but it was thought-provoking. I kept thinking as I was reading, ooh, what would I do if I were in Beatrice's position now, or if I was in that situation under that test, and you know, what would I do, and what would my fears be in that simulation room where you have to face your fears. I know mine would be bees, would be one of them, for sure. And I don't know what the other one would be, but maybe heights, I don't know. But anyway, it did make me think. It was thought-provoking, a great book. This is a series, and unfortunately, I loved the first book the best, and then the next one a little less, and then the third one a little less. So it starts out great, but kind of went downhill for me. We have another one, a 3rd book in the series this time, Champion by Marie Lu. I like this series a lot, very much so. I thought it was great. it was between June and Day. Day is the guy and June's the girl, and they have alternate chapters that they share and narrate through. But apart from that, it's a good book. It has adventure, of course, and it did make me think. The one place that they visited, well, June visited anyhow, in this book, Rose City in Antarctica. It's like the perfect climate, the perfect place. It's pretty, and they had a point system. This is the neat part that made me think, wow, how would that be? You have points on your forehead, so people know how many points you have, and you get points for doing good things. Like if you water a plant, you get points. But if you cheat on a test, you lose points. If you do bad things, you lose points. If you do good things, you gain points. And your points determine what role you have in society and what kind of job you have. And plus, everybody can see how good a person you are. So I wonder how that would change the way people act if that was how, in reality, things were. It was an interesting concept to me, and a great series. Highly recommend you read that series. So that's my YA books that made me think. My top 5. What are yours?